Now look, today we got to talk about a headline that's heating back up after 5 years. And I'm talking about the tragic unaliving of Tee Grizzley's aunt and manager, Jobina Brown. And the police say they might know who did it. But with that news, it's raising a lot of eyebrows, especially when you consider who Tee Grizzley has worked with in the music industry since then. Look, y'all sit back and relax and stay until the end of this episode because we about to dive right in. Welcome back to another episode of Eyes Low, Belly Full. As y'all know, this marks episode number 93. So let's rewind a little bit for those who forgot. Back in August of 2019, Tee Grizzley just had left a Detroit studio when gunfire ripped into his car. Now he survived, his driver survived, but his aunt that was sitting in the back seat, Jobina, she was unalive. And she wasn't just family. She was his manager, his business partner, and also someone he trusted. Now, the whole rap community mourned with him back then. He even dropped a song called Saddish, which was raw, emotional, and it seemed like it came straight from the heart. And at the time, no one had any answers. It looked random, like a robbery going wrong or a hit that was sent out that was missed. But here's where it gets crazy. Fast forward to July 2025, and the police say they have charged a man known in Chicago drill circles as Wu. Now, he's allegedly affiliated with the 600 crew, which is tied to artists like Booker 600 and Lil Durk. And here's another twist. Tee Grizzley has worked with both of those artists publicly. You feel what I'm saying? He's definitely done collaborated with Booker 600 and he's made music with Lil Durk. So naturally, people are asking, why would someone from that circle target Tee Grizzley's car? Was it a random act or was it something more personal? Now, let me be clear. Nobody is saying that Tee Grizzley set this up. You feel what I'm saying? There's no evidence of that, but you got to admit, the streets are talking. And some fans are pointing out how strange it is that the shooter is tied to the same circle of people that Tee Grizzley collaborated with. I mean, that's not just odd. That's just suspects, Slim.
3 or 4. She the one who wound up getting hit. Strange. And then this the crazy part about it, you guys. Look exactly right behind Tee Grizzley. The guys who they're accusing of his auntie murder is 600. You sitting right there with 600 Booker, and the guy 600 Wu Thing is sitting directly behind Tee Grizzley. So you mean to tell me you paid them to kill your auntie and invited them to your wedding too? Strange. Look right behind Tee Grizzley, not the big guy with the chain on. It's a little guy sitting right behind him. That is 600 Wu Thing. Listen, you guys. Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley mourned the loss of his auntie JB after shots were fired at the car which they were riding in. Mr. Suge Knight, you ain't get hit up, but Tupac got took up at the building which they were riding Tuesday night on the city's east side. Officials say Tee Grizzley was riding with his aunt, who is also his manager, when she was fatally shot. Strange thing about it, the manager. Listen, you guys. You see Mr. 600 Wu Thing? The same little guy right there behind you, Tee Grizzley. The same little guy. You guys look very close, and you'll see little Wu Thing back there. Now he is locked up. Mr. 600 Wu Thing captured for a Detroit murder? Strange. Ain't he from Chicago with an OTF chain on? Make it all make sense. Because it's a Sacramento in the middle of Detroit. Yeah, Tee Grizzley, you caught. You caught red-handed. We all know your right-hand man is 600 Booker. You told Booker get the shooters, and we gonna pay the shooters after you do a real deal. Mr. Cloud Up, man. This is gonna be, this ain't our first and last time speaking on this. We gonna step on this. Mr. Tee Grizzley, Sacramento man. Yeah, you thought you got away with one? Yeah, them elites coming back to get that money from you too. And they might be doing a little jail time once they find out that you was the mastermind. Mr. Geeko.
Now, there could have been tension behind the scenes. I don't know. I mean, did Tee Grizzley know something that never made it to the public? Or was this part of something bigger? Something involving street politics, old beef, or money? And with that being said, it's a lot of rumors going around pretty much saying, look, back then when Tee Grizzley got out of jail, he signed the rights to his music over to his auntie because he owed the government money and he didn't want to pay. He couldn't pay them back, right away, obviously. You feel what I'm saying? And once he started blowing up, started making music, he got rich. He paid the government back and he wanted the rights to his music signed back over to him. And his auntie Jobina, she refused. You feel what I'm saying? And she ended up unalive. So y'all could put two and two together, but this is speculation and this was going around the internet. This is the type of information going around.
Rumor has it that when Tee Grizzley got out of jail, he signed the rights to his music all over to his aunt because he owed debts to the government and didn't want to pay it all back at the time. So when he finally became rich, he paid the government back and wanted the rights to his music back from his aunt, but she refused to give them to him. So he hired someone to basically unalive her, and he also followed the guy being accused of it on Instagram still to this day. The man being accused of unaliving his aunt was caught with the same weapon that day.
And now, knowing that the shooter has ties to people in the industry that Tee Grizzley worked with, that puts a dark cloud over the whole situation. And not to mention that these folks, including the shooter, was at Tee Grizzley's wedding. What's also interesting is how quiet everyone's been. Obviously, no public statement from Dirt, nothing from Buka 600, and Tee Grizzley hasn't addressed the arrest either. And in the industry, everyone claps back at tweets in 30 seconds. So the silence here is loud. And some disturbing information that's also going around the internet is that's really not his real aunt. That's what people are saying. And that he got her pregnant and unalive. Like, this is what's going around. You feel what I'm saying? Check it out.
Well, in court today, a close source to the family was actually in court. And the state actually threw out that they believe that Tee Grizzley impregnated the aunt, that the aunt was pregnant at the time for Tee Grizzley's baby, according to the family.
And many more. But I was able to catch it today, although the audio wasn't allowed for screen recording while looking. You can only screen record if the audio picks up from another device. And I didn't know that today. But I took some key notes. And the house that Tee Grizzley allegedly stopped at the day JB lost her life to go inside. Remember we said that was his aunt's house? Another aunt? Well, she took the stand today. And to sum up 8 hours for you guys in 60 seconds, I say this. That rumor that's floating around that Tee Grizzley got his alleged aunt pregnant, the state believes that. Not the family TV, not Reddit, the state.
Come to find out, Tee Grizzley and his aunt/manager isn't blood related. So if Tee Grizzley is impregnating her, it feels like the situation got messy.
But now look, we're not pointing fingers here, but when something looks off, we got to call it what it is. There's a real chance that this wasn't just a tragic mistake. This might have been a result of some type of beef, betrayal, or something brewing under the surface that never got exposed. So where do we go from here? I mean, the suspect is in custody, but a lot of questions are still unanswered. Now, I want to hear what y'all think about this situation. Was this just street drama that spiraled out of control? Or is there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And also, if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up and also subscribe and hit that bell notification for more episodes. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.